It's been a long time and I got a lot to say. Anything what I have to say most recently probably isn't book related at all, in fact. Um, I want to talk about K-pop in an up and coming video. That's what I'm planning, and there's been quite a buzz of conversation lately, and I feel like you need to get into it. I've said a lot, and a lot has been said to me, and I feel like the discussion is relevant and valid, and everyone's got something to say. I definitely have a lot to say on the subject because it's not all about bubblegum music. There's some deep layers to this. And yeah, I really got something to say. So, and especially want to touch upon um, the whole subject of Lisa's apology because I feel like this in particular has brought out a huge buzz of if people think it's right to accept an apology, if it's right not to, if it is cultural appropriation or if it isn't CA. So and even going down that avenue, it's just the way that people are communicating with each other, because I've even seen a lot of slander towards black people who are bringing up why they feel it is a problem, and the response to that is a lot of criticizing black people, saying we're uneducated because of our opinion, because of why we feel that way. I feel like there's a bigger, wider discussion to be had, and I definitely want to read out some of the comments that I've received from these people, and yeah, and let's just talk about it. So I will update the description in this video about when I plan to do that, and hopefully we can all have a discussion about it, whether it's in the comments. I will try and maybe pull together a live video, but those things are a bit hinky and they can be quite, although they seem quite simple, don't always go off as well as you think. So, yeah, maybe that might be a possibility, but I might just keep it to me reading out things and response videos. So anything that I see in the comments that strikes me, I might respond to it. If I feel like it's going to open up a bigger conversation, a better conversation, yeah, I'm willing to do that. And I definitely want to talk about the comments that I've received since I've watched two videos from two black K-pop creators. A wider conversation. And I really want to structure my words and get everything out that I want to say very clearly so that we can have a proper discussion without people throwing jabs about the culture and jabs about individuals, using such word as hater to, skirt round issues of just not wanting to understand. It's really the too long didn't read, I explained it. Let's educate, but I didn't have the time or the wanting or the need or the compassion to want to understand somebody else's point of view. Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of that flying about, and wanting grace, but then throwing back fire. So, it's all sticks and stones out here. It's hard being a black K-pop fan when this is going about. I even had somebody come on my channel yesterday even me saying like, look, I accept that she's like done the apology, but don't have to accept it. And there was a lot more controversies that happened just before this one controversy. And the person's come back going on my channel, which is like light compared to what other black K-pop creators have had. But coming on my channel and going fugly and then deleting it, so then like writing some mess and then copping out, which is like pointless. It's like, I'd rather, if you were going to write the mess, then leave it there, let everybody see that you wrote the mess, and let's go. I think we need a discussion. We need to have a discussion. And yeah, it's well overdue. I feel like I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut about things. I want to talk about things now. I want to talk about things. I'm tired of like sitting on the fence. I feel I've been a black K-pop fan for so long, and it's just the way that people run and do things. It doesn't become enjoyable. I feel like these things come out and you don't want to actually just be there going, oh yeah, they didn't know, or they didn't know better. And it's like, well, you can say that the first and the second time, but then even if you're watching another idol who's friends with another idol and they're going through a controversy and they're going through something, and it's like, you didn't learn from what your friend went through. Like, really, is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? In the day and age where we're like pulling up on people for accountability, I'm not even talking about, this is what I'm saying, I'm not even talking about cancellations. I'm talking about accountability. Knowing when you've done something or said something wrong, use your pride so high in stature that you can't come down and say, hey, yeah, you know what? I didn't know that was triggering for some people, or I did know and I should have said something. We're all human. We're all human. I'm not even talking about cancelling, because what can you learn from cancelling someone? Like, and unless like there are certain things in people that in life that, yeah, maybe you should be cancelled for something, but I'm talking about like things that you can come back and learn from that, but there are steps to coming back from learning from that. You just can't say sorry for that one thing when there's a whole history going on behind that. I feel like we need to stop, look, understand why someone to you may look so salty, who isn't salty, but may look that way, right? But for some reason, you don't want to take that next step. So I feel like we got a lot to talk about. I gotta write down points because this might be lengthy. This might span over a video or two. It's not what this channel was for, but the channel's here. Books are definitely still a big part of my life. Yeah, I will be back, and I will leave deets in the description. Hopefully we can have a proper discussion. Because yes, I will be saying names. Yes, no, I will not be putting it up on the screen because it's just going to be some easy thing. But I will be saying names. I will be giving links to, threads, like YouTube threads, comment threads and whatnot, because it needs to be talked about. And I'm tired of like clamming up. I feel like I'm clamming up. I feel like I'm suffocating. There's so much going on, and it's suffocating being a fan and seeing stuff. And now I feel like I'm a former fan, but I'm still seeing things. And I want to talk about it. And I'm like, there's so many people who are like, you can't speak on this, and they just oppress you. It's another oppression within an oppression. Had enough. Want to talk about it. Let's go. Take care.